name's Kelley Berliner. I'm the Eastern Regional Director for the Archaeological Conservancy, and today finds me out at the Queen Esther's Town Preserve in north central Pennsylvania. This is by far the largest preserve in the Eastern region at over 90 acres, stretching along the Susquehanna River. So we know that there are at least 5 distinct archaeological sites that have been recorded on the property. These are predominantly American Indian. People were coming to this area along the Susquehanna for thousands of years to fish, hunt, camp, farm, so on and so forth. The site is named for Queen Esther, and Queen Esther was a woman who was thought to be of both Native and French descent, who lived in this area in the mid to late 1700s.
I should point out that though she was called Queen Esther, her name was Esther Montour. She was a member of the Montour family, a highly influential family of mixed French and Native ancestry. She married a Delaware Indian chief who also had an influential position, which likely bolstered her position in terms of having control over a settlement.
Towards the later 1700s, this is actually where she had set up a town that consisted of over 70 houses, as well as a large herd of cattle that grazed on what were known as Queen Esther's Flats. And so the primary reason for the Conservancy acquiring this property is the thought that this is the site of Queen Esther's town, though we know there are significant other resources here as well. So the village of Queen Esther's Town, which again had at least 70 households in it according to historical documentation, as well as a herd of cattle and substantial farming taking place, was destroyed along with another village called Tioga, which is just across the Chemung River, in 1778. It was actually September of 1778 when General Sullivan came through this area, burning and destroying villages in a campaign against the Iroquois or Haudenosaunee nations. And much of this was in retaliation to attacks that took place by British forces or Tories that were allied with the Haudenosaunee on various American settlements that were in what was considered the Pennsylvania frontier at the time. So the Archaeological Conservancy purchased this property in 2016 from the McAfee family. That was Robert, Joan, and Brian McAfee, who wanted to ensure that this place would be protected in perpetuity. Prior to our acquisition, there had been a little bit of surface collection. The sites had been recorded, but there really hadn't been significant archaeological survey that had taken place out here. Upon the Conservancy's acquisition, there were a couple seasons of field schools that were run by researchers with Binghamton University that are just starting to scratch the surface at the immense research potential that is present on this property. So I'm just out here today walking as much of the 94 acres that I can to make sure we don't have any serious trespass issues or anything else going on that I should be aware of when managing the property. The great news is so far everything looks really good. We work very closely with a local farmer who farms most of this acreage and also hunts out here. So him and his family have been really tremendous in helping us keep an eye on this, as well as other stewards that we have and neighbors that are more local to the area. And so we're really grateful to the McAfee family, to the Elfrida Frank Foundation, who helped us acquire this property, as well as the Conservancy's members who help ensure that places like Queen Esther's Town remain protected in perpetuity so they can be researched and enjoyed by future generations.